Hey guys, it's Captain Harris. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got more of a James interest video to do. It's not really my forte, but take it away, James.
Alright, so if anybody knows anything about this channel, especially that video we talked about, our interests and where they came from, mine all stems from AC/DC. So they were my gateway band to Maiden, to everything after that. And I did get a chance to see them back on the Black Ice tour. And that was kind of a life-changing moment for me.
Twice, right?
I saw them twice in 2009. I saw them in Birmingham, England when I lived there, and then I saw them in Orlando here.
When you lived here.
When I lived here on the same tour, same year. So I did get to experience them when they were, the full package. It was the full band, the Back in Black lineup. Obviously, things have changed now. A lot of time has gone by, but over the last several days, we've been warming up to something on social media. So we've been seeing, Are You Ready? They've been playing that song from Razor's Edge to get people ready for an announcement. And everybody's been talking about an AC/DC tour for years that just never seems to come. And finally, we wake up and something is finally out and we have a European tour.
Yeah, I was not really interested because it's like I was hoping for some US dates. I was supposed to see them back in 2015 or 16, was it?
I think it was 16.
Yeah, so it was the last time that they actually toured, and it was like a week or two before the show, Brian's hearing thing happened that he wrote about it in his book a bit, but
Yeah.
then they replaced him with Axl, and I can't remember if we held on to our tickets and refunded them, or if they just refunded everybody and it went back on sale, but I wasn't interested in my first time seeing them being with Axl Rose, so I still haven't seen them, and I won't see them per se, but I'll get to see, Brian Johnson, Angus Young.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, so talking about this tour, Power Up Tour, I'm pretty shocked that they went with marketing it as Power Up, because that album is now 4 years old. It's almost been forgotten about at this point, and people just want the band to tour to see them again. I'm kind of shocked that this wasn't marketed as a farewell tour.
Might be like Maiden, where they just don't plan on it.
I don't think they plan on it, but it's just like, this year Angus is 69.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Brian's 77.
You think they probably know everybody's got to assume
Yes.
that any tour from here on out could be the last, so.
And I've always said, like, AC/DC's basically been semi-retired since Razor's Edge, so it's been like 30 years plus that they've kind of just did what they want, and they're not on any kind of schedule. But the date so far, we have May 17th through August 17th, starting in Germany, ending in Dublin, Ireland. And I thought it was interesting, there's 9 dates in Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. That shows what a big market Germany is for rock and metal shows at this
Maiden's
point.
the same way when they tour there. They don't have like 9, but they have like a lot.
Yeah.
At least 4 or 5 usually.
Mm-hmm. Now, the lineup was also announced with the announcement of the tour, and we've got Matt Log back on drums that played on Power Trips. So, unfortunately, everybody thought Phil Rudd was going to play again, in Europe, but not in the States. I guess that's not the case. We also have Chris Chaney from Alanis Morissette and Jane's Addiction on bass. And I think that those two actually played together, and that's where the connection comes from. So it is obviously sad not having Cliff on anymore. But I think we all knew he had said years ago that he can't tour anymore for health reasons and stuff. So, hats off to him. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's weird not having AC/DC's rhythm section there.
Yeah.
Because it's like now the 3 in the back are all different. And the 2 out front are the original. So is it fully AC/DC? No.
But it's still going to be a good time. But that also begs the question of, like, the ticket prices and stuff. It's like, I know it's going to be expensive, and to not have, like, even the Alive members all being there is kind of like, you're paying more now than you did back when you saw the full band.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not what it was in 2008 and 9 or even 2015, 16. It's so expensive. And the way they're touring is so, I mean, the logistics of this, they're taking at least 3 days off between every show, even the double nighters. They're playing 2 nights in London. They're playing multiple double nighters in Germany. and they're having 3 days off.
They're old. They got to take care of themselves.
Exactly. So they're definitely planning for that rest.
Yeah.
And I think it's more for Brian than anything because, they play a long set. Like, Power
Yeah.
Trip, they played, 23, 24 songs? It was crazy. I do think that we're going to get more dates pretty soon. I looked back at the Rock or Bust tour, and it's lined up pretty on the nose for this one, where they do Europe May through August, and then the States gets September through October, and then they hit Australia around November, December. So it looks like it's going to line up the exact same way.
It's kind of a relief that we didn't get dates today in a way because I wasn't ready to drop that that kind of money soon. So
No, I mean, look, we know it's going to be expensive.
yeah,
But it may not be too bad if they're playing mostly stadiums.
yeah. I just worry about U.S. ticket prices have gone up so much because it's if you compare year to year, when we bought our Future Past tour tickets for Maiden in the UK, not one of those shows, even London, passed 100 USD.
Right.
Even with fees, and every single one of our Maiden US tickets was over $150 with fees. So I feel like concert ticket prices are a bit less over in Europe, and it's partially because of the fees, but
They definitely are.
I think that we're going to see higher prices than what we've been seeing today for Europe.
Europe's always cheaper.
Yeah.
We found that with any tour, any concert we've looked at is cheaper in Europe, and they seem to price gouge us here in the States the most. And I don't know if it's just because they can or if it's because it's so expensive to tour here.
Yeah.
Because things are just set up better in Europe for touring.
I think there's more of a monopoly over here on ticket websites. We should have Ticketmaster, but when I've bought tickets over there, there's been so many different websites. Portugal had its own website for that stadium for Maiden. Eventim is one that I bought for Germany. Eventim for Slovenia and Croatia. So they have Ticketmaster over there, but they also have all these other sites. So it makes me wonder if it's just less of a monopoly on it.
And it's also tough for us because they're announcing, it looks like that if they play the States in the fall, that's going to line up perfectly to intertwine with our Maiden shows.
Yeah, poor Mike, if you've watched the channel, our friend Mike's a huge AC/DC fan, he wants to see a few shows as well, but he also has a bunch of Maiden shows booked, so it's going to be you just hope that if they come where you live, it's not while we're off seeing the band.
And clearly, looking at the dates, I don't think it's going to be a ton of days.
No.
I think that's pretty much it for Europe.
Absolutely.
I think we might get a month and a half in the States and Canada, and then South America.
I think this is just we're touring. See us where you can. If not, sorry.
And I'm shocked they're not marketing it like this is your last chance because I think we all know this is going to be the last chance to see AC/DC. So I'm planning on going.
Yeah.
I hope they come to Florida. I'm not going to count on it.
It would be great because, like I said, those tickets would be expensive. And it would be nice to have that and some gas to get to the venue be the only expense, but,
Because I originally had thought, and this for the last few years, I've been saying, if they tour again, I want to see multiple shows.
Yeah.
Now I'm leaning more towards, why don't we do one show and get better tickets?
Yeah.
And just make it one final blowout experience.
It's especially not having the whole band there. The multiple shows thing for me is kind of just they couldn't have the whole band there, but having even less members, it's just you really want to spend that much money.
But honestly, do most fans of AC/DC care that much who's in the back?
Well, I'm just saying from me, because obviously I'd be talking about going along, but I don't care to see more than one at this point,
Yeah. But I'm glad Brian's back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been so long, all the speculation if he was out of the band for good, if he could ever play again.
Well, they wouldn't be playing stadiums if Axl was back on the wagon.
Man, they nailed it with getting Axl. That helped Axl more than AC/DC because that was the first time I ever saw Axl get some positive news.
Yeah.
That he was doing a good job and his voice sounded really good. And now everyone's like, oh, well, he's not too bad now. Let's go see Guns N' Roses. And then it kind of sounds like Herbert the Pervert.
Does sound bad.
But anyway, AC/DC's touring again. Wait for those U.S. dates if you're in the U.S. And if you're in Europe, which, a lot of our viewers are, what shows are you going to? Are you planning on going?
Do you hate AC/DC?
Do you hate them? Are they the worst band ever? Or did your dad just play them too much, and if you hear You Shook Me All Night Long again, you'll pull your hair out? I don't know. But anyway, I think that's about it.
Yep, let's wrap this mother up. Thank you guys for watching as usual, and like he said, comment all your thoughts down below. We always enjoy reading them, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.